You are in grave danger.
Who said that?
Who else? It is I, Old Man Winter, knocking at your seasonal door.
What do you want from me?
I bear a warning to thee. A wicked storm comes this way.
Yeah, I checked the forecast. That's actually why I came out.
Foolish boy. Mark my words. You will suffer me.
Just came in here on some forestry roads. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Just finding a nice spot in the woods to set up. Got my hammock set up here and I'm waiting for a storm. There's a tranquil little pond here right behind me, glazed over with ice. It'll be frozen solid before long. Got my hobo stove here and it's time to cook up some sweet potatoes. Using this cutting board that Aaron made at home. I'm going to have to do this in 2 batches. It's too much for 1 pan. Getting close to done. Throw a bit of pepper on there, salt, and the cinnamon. Maybe it's a good thing this is being done in 2 batches because the cinnamon is a gamble. Not really tasting the cinnamon. Maybe a little. Doesn't matter. It's good. It's getting pretty chilly, so I just took off the top grate on this Kelly Kettle hobo stove. And that's one of the reasons why I went with this stick stove. You can just use the bottom basin as a small fire pit if there's no existing fire pit on a random spot like this. Ah, yeah. So I'm hoping for snow tomorrow. Worst case is freezing rain. That would be a lot worse than snow. Just started coming down here at first light, and I just took the hammock down. I'm gonna move locations. These trees were creaking last night as the wind picked up. One in particular was making an ungodly sound, and with a ton of potentially wet snow on them and very high winds tonight, I don't want to be under this big forest canopy. I'm gonna go into a smaller, lower height trees. It was a rough sleep actually. Woke up at 1 and I couldn't get back to sleep for about 5 hours. So there are supposed to be very strong winds from the northeast later today and tonight. And the way my tarp is oriented there, there's a risk of it driving underneath, and that could be truly miserable. So it's not worth it. I have time today. I'll change locations. While I'm taking it down, I might as well just find a new spot too and enjoy a change of scenery. I'm gonna cook up some eggs and fill this with coffee first. Nice rolling boil. It's coffee time. I just put the instant coffee in there, and I really don't mind instant coffee out here. At home I love to fresh grind, but not too picky here. Ooh, that's hot. Croissant egg sandwiches. Some sriracha in there already. Whew. That is wonderful. Just got my winters on a few days ago. Glad to have them. Hey, got my new spot, got my tarp set up, and I just rolled up everything inside of my hammock just to make it easy. Just gotta hang it and reinflate the pad. Alright, all set up again. Cooking and living tarp over here. Tons of sticks again. And I'm right beside this marsh. Made a little debris wall here too, so if there's blowing snow, it'll kind of trap it. On the menu next, some veggie soup. The wind is starting to sound pretty crazy, so I better get on this. Just need a little ginger. Wasn't planning on the sweet potato, but I have some left over, so why not? Like any sane person, I've doubled the amount of garlic called for. As you can clearly tell from my cutting, I attended cordon bleu. Oh yeah! Beautiful work, man. You're an artist. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh, oh. Could have sworn I had a potato. Oh well. What we need is a few good taters.
What's taters, precious? What's taters, eh?
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Lovely big golden chips with a nice piece of fried fish. Even you couldn't say no to that.
Oh, yes, we could. Spoiling nice fish. Give it to us raw and wriggling. You keep nasty chips.
You're hopeless. Sam, I cannot listen to you go on about taters all the way to Mordor. Here. Oh! Thank you. Good day to you. Will you join us for second breakfast? Sauteing the ginger, garlic, onion, carrot first. And this smells absolutely delicious already. Got some vegetable stock, which I'll just mix up, shake it in this little cup, and pour it into the pan. Pour that all in the pot to finish this off. In go the tomatoes, the potatoes, bay leaf, green beans, and spinach. And then I just put all the seasoning inside this little cup. It's parsley, oregano, thyme, rosemary, and red pepper flakes. And salt and pepper I'll add at the end. Can I get you some wine, John? Oh, I'd love some red if you've got a bottle open. Why not? Am I right? We've only got white though. Hope that's okay. Oh, white? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Thanks. Thanks for the white wine. I like red a lot better than I like white, but this was kicking around the house, and the problem with bringing red wine on cold weather trips is that cold red wine is not really great, so. Got lots of bread to go with the soup, and I've got garlic and olive oil in here, but it is frozen. So, I am just going to put it in this little pot. I've got 2 pots, and lightly simmer that water, and it'll come back pretty quickly. I mentioned that Erin made this cutting board. Go ahead and follow her on Instagram at Giant of the Woods. All of her woodworking and glasswork is there. Okay, that came back quite quickly. Just baste that on there. Oh my goodness, this is going to be good. This is lunch and dinner too, so I'm pretty hungry. Okay. Haven't even tried the soup yet, but this looks too good. That roasted garlic on there. I gotta try one. Oh, I forgot. I put a little rosemary in there. Oh, I love rosemary. That's phenomenal. Oh my goodness. This looked like so much, suddenly it's not enough. Switching to the warm hat. It's getting cold. And it's supposed to be rain to start. So it's gonna be nasty. Rain at 0 degrees. Worst case scenario, you just wish it was a degree or two colder. It's supposed to turn to snow in the night, so it'd be nice to wake up to. Bay leaf. I don't know. It smells good. I think it'd be good on the bread, but see how it stands alone. That's good. That's good soup. But, much more importantly, how does it dip? Huh. Oh. Oh my goodness. That is good. If I went to a gourmet restaurant and for some reason the vegetable soup was $50 with garlic bread, I think I would be okay with it. I would say this was the best vegetable soup of my life. I would never actually pay that money, but it's very good. It's only 5 o'clock, but I slept half a night last night, and after that big meal I am comatose. So I'm going to read this book, which I'm really enjoying, and drift off. I'll see you tomorrow. 7:30. Fell asleep for a couple hours, and the tarp is caving in here from the snow weight. Freezing rain, I should say. Well, this storm came mostly as rain last night. Rained hard. But ended up with some white stuff. I'll take it. Oh man. This tarp's under a heavy load. It's still got a lot of that freezing rain and ice on it. Get that off ya. Yeah. Gray Jays. They're very curious birds. Trying out 2 new pieces of gear this morning. One is this wool anorak. It's 96% wool, thick, like blanket weight wool. And people swear by them, say they're super warm. It's nice so far. It's not nearly as warm as my down parka, for instance, but yeah, it's nice. Got these nice beads on the drawstring, and like the stitching seems very good. People rave about the stitching. It's from Boreal Mountain Anoraks in Quebec. But I'm really just starting to try it out, so I can't say much more than that. And then same for the Trangia spirit burner alcohol stove. I've been looking for an alternative to gas canisters, gas burners. This contains enough fuel to burn, I think, for 25 minutes in the reservoir here. And then fuel is very cheap for it as well. You can buy a big 4-liter thing of methyl hydrate, which is what I'm using here, also known as denatured alcohol, for 13 bucks at Canadian Tire, probably cheaper elsewhere. And I'm going to use this inside of my stick stove to act as a windscreen and also provide a cooking platform to burn under. So, I don't think it's lit. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to see how long it takes to boil a liter of water. I think it says it's supposed to take 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 to 15 minutes. I see here in some other language. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! It's clear what it's talking about. Yeah. 5 centiliters, 50 milliliters of fuel will boil 1 liter of water in 10 to 15 minutes. And that is, what, an ounce and a half? Yeah, ounce and 2/3 of fuel. For y'all Americans. 10 to 15 minutes is not fast for boiling water, and at these temperatures around freezing, it's probably going to be even slower. But like all pieces of gear, there are pros and cons, and this one, I think its biggest pro is just its simplicity. Just a little cup with, I believe it's a double-walled metal with a wick in between, and then the fumes come out of little burner holes at the top, and that's actually what combusts rather than the fuel in the reservoir. Simple is good out here. I always like things that have no moving parts. Same with the stick stove. There's no assembly to it. You just turn it over. It's bigger than some, but on backcountry trips, I really try to minimize moving parts. Another example are bellows. You can get little pocket telescoping bellows. Telescoping are one of the last things I trust in the backcountry. Telescopic fishing rods and trekking poles, they always seem to break, or the things that twist into shape don't work. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of things like that. Keep it simple. Just using this water for a thermos of coffee, and I've done enough cooking, I think, on this trip. Best meal yet. No, actually, the other meals have been quite good. All 3 of them. That soup last night was exquisite, if I may say so. Beautiful, calm morning. There have been a lot of birds calling, surprisingly. Been so uplifting. I miss the birds so much in winter. There are so many fewer. So, 17 minutes, 45 seconds have elapsed. The thing ran out of fuel. It just died, short of a boil. So that's not very good. Looked like it was on its way to boiling. Maybe 20 minutes it would have finished, but yeah, that's not too good. Look at that power. Ultimately, if there's sticks around and they're reasonably dry, this is the way to go for me. Well, that was a really nice couple of nights. First snow that actually stayed on the ground, and heading out with Aaron next weekend. Really excited for that. For hopefully some more wintry conditions. We can't wait for -30 and heaps of snow. Cheers to winter. You are engraved. That's so bad. Would you like to join us for supper?
Sam, would you shut up about the taters? Here.
Good day, mate. Here, you're looking for a tater.
Samwise, you fool. Sam, would you shut about the taters? Here.
Monster trucks.